Hello all, Namaste, Namaskar, welcome to Gypsianmoon. I am Akriti, and in today's pick card reading, we will be figuring out in depth what is the truth. And there are a few ways in which we will be looking at the reading, finding out the truth of the matter, overall view with starting with tarot. Then we'll be going into a little bit of what's the truth in love. Then we'll be going into decoding dreams a little, but the essence of it, emphasis would be what your subconscious wants you to know, and through that what your soul wants you to know, the truth of your soul, what your soul wants to pursue, and the overall guidance coming in. I am more than likely going to use the truth coming in from divine feminines as your guidance, but each group ends up being a little different because I get inspired to do things a little differently also. All right, so that's the whole thing. So it's just not one particular thing that we're looking at a overall understanding from a higher perspective. And this got inspired by the upcoming full moon in Capricorn, which will be occurring on the 13th or the 14th, depending on where you are located. Like in India, it'll be on the 14th. It'll begin like 100% illumination will be at 12:07 a.m. So yeah, that's the thing. So that's getting inspired. I want it to be clear, simple, and also although my intention may not be so, but it may turn out to be a little triggering for some people. So just making you aware of it, right? But this is a general reading for everyone. It's for public consumption. So take what resonates, let go of that which doesn't, all right? It will be important for you to utilize your own discernment and see what is actually true for you. And I hope this presents itself as a means of clarity, as a means of reflection, as a means of acknowledgement and a source of inspiration to do what is right for you, and also to see if it's resonating. It's maybe like, your intuition has been guiding you in a certain way, but you're a little unsure. So a little bit of clarity or resonance may come through in terms of that also. So that's that. Enough with the intro. So we have 3 crystals over here, this is number 1 with the desert rose gypsum. It's a selenite gypsum. Number 2 with angelite, and number 3 with pyrite. So see which one are you feeling drawn towards the most. Perhaps even close your eyes, take a deep breath, clear your mind, and see which number you're feeling drawn towards also. The close-up will be next if you're interested in seeing the crystals up close. You'll find the timestamps in the description box, and I'll see you soon. Hello, number 1. For those who were drawn to this desert rose gypsum, selenite gypsum, or even number 1. All right. Let's begin with what's the truth coming in. We will be going into the overall, the truth coming in for your own self, like the take overview that we are getting through tarot. Something specific may come in, something that you may like to bring to your awareness, which is what spirit would like to do for you at this moment. What's the truth? Overall truth, we'll be looking at it. Understand one thing, this is going to be a very transient time for you, so welcome the energies. There's a lot of healing coming your way, soothing of the soul, grounding, and you're creating something abundant in the middle of a barren land, in desert. That is also coming in. With the way this one gets formulated. Okay, I'm getting too relaxed. Let's start channeling now. Where do I want to keep? For some time, I don't know, let's just keep this here outside of the frame. Spirit. Oh. There's this sense of nervousness which is coming in, but also at the very same time, I got this kind of energy which is coming through. All right, Spirit, what's the truth for pile number 1 for those who chose 1? We have Ace of Cups coming through and the Page of Wands coming in. There could be quite a few options out. Okay, I was asked to keep them the way they came out. There are a few options out there, and you may be feeling a little confused as to who to pursue. That is also somewhere down the line coming in. This is not the time to be impulsive or impatiently rush into things or eradicate things. It's not an approach which will help you, because in the long run, it backfires when we take actions hastily, or when we start pushing certain relationships forward a little too much, putting in too much effort or something or the other, but at the end of it turns out to be a major push, desperate thing of pushing things forward because they're so stagnant. Sometimes the law of physics come into play and you get a pushback, an equivalent pushback, and that makes the whole situation stagnant again. That kind of energy is coming in. There's too much resistance which is coming through. Let's see. One more thing which is coming in is that you need to now figure out what you really are searching for. Like, if you are intermingling, keeping the energy light, intermingling with quite a few sexual partners also, and somewhere down the line hoping to find the one for you, then we need to get a realistic outlook about that, because it's a little superficial. In the sense of, there's no judgment. I had my phase also, my rebellious phase also, so it's fine. No judgment there. It happens. It's good to explore and get experience. But the thing is, like, you need to understand, who are you attracting? What kind of mentality are the other persons also who are getting attracted to you? Because they too want something short term, something light, surface level, where we get the things done and we get on our way, on our day, and all of that kind of a thing is coming in. So start looking for, I'm just being asked, take a realistic approach to it. How feasible is that approach from that source or sources? We have the Empress coming in. It's time to step into your power. And one more thing, there's this clarity which is coming in, and you are understanding your own worth, what you can deliver in a relationship. And with the 3 written like this, 111 also could be of relevance for you. There is new love which will be coming in, but first it is important for you to acknowledge your own worth before anyone else can. That is getting highlighted over here. Stand in your power. One more thing which is coming through, like, be braver, a little bolder in expressing your discomforts, obviously doing from a calmer place, from that gracious, respectful place where we are owning up our own selves, talking walking the talk and all of that, but be realistic. You don't have to be overly good to someone who's not making you feel good. It's a falseness, the falsehood, which is preventing you from feeling your authentic self. And in all of that, like, when we keep, I'm trying to make sense of like what I'm saying, because there's so many things which are coming in. I'm trying to go in all directions, so I'm gonna collect myself a little and then speak. You need to figure out your own worth first. And if you have done that, then look at your priority list. You need to prioritize your own self also, coming through quite a bit, because you have been overextending yourself to others. It's time to stop and receive. This is also saying there's certain kind of patterns which had to keep repeating themselves. Particular type of people that you were attracting, even as partners, it had to remind you those lessons were important for you to understand your own self-worth. And what was said right now was, oh my God, it's slipping. And as hard as it might have been, it was essential for sustainable growth coming in. Stop settling for less. And this story that, like, a post that I shared on a story that came in like 2 days ago. Don't shrink yourself to situations you've outgrown. Low vibrational energies that you're stepping away from. And doesn't that feel so freeing? What's the truth for number one? We have the Page of Pentacles coming in. It's time to learn. Stop seeking outside validation or even instant gratification is coming in. We have the Six of Pentacles coming through, talking about equal give and take. Very important. You are a generous person, and in the past, you may not, even in the past, even right now, there may be people who are respecting your boundaries now because you have set certain boundaries. They're respecting you for that also. Even if you were the one who stepped away, moved away from particular situations, they're respecting the fact that you took your power back, and you're respecting yourself enough to set those healthier boundaries, because people will keep taking and over climbing over your boundaries till the time you keep allowing them to do so. Because we have to take accountability as much as it is a reflection of the other person where they are at. That a person can only meet you as much as they've met themselves, but you have to come in terms with the fact that you allowed certain treatment to continue in your life for the higher good, for a particular relationship to keep going. Also, it's important now to start prioritizing or focusing on your own endeavors. Bring in a balance in your life. Different aspects require your attention. So don't make one particular aspect be your driving force in life. Let all of them be equivalently important. As much time as you can give for each and every aspect of your life to thrive. The Empress is over here. Abundance is coming your way. Finances will be quite on the surplus and not giving you any means of what do we say, worry, tension anymore. Is also something which is coming in. Focus on your endeavors, learn a new skill, be inquisitive. We have the Eight of Cups coming in. It's time now to move away from those lessons that you've learned, a past phase of yours. We have outgrown it. And now it's time to venture on to new lands, to really understand what love really is, starting with self love, starting with connecting with yourself. And it's on different levels because this is a collective reading. But the truth of the matter is that you have to separate yourself from certain situations which are no longer working in your favor, which you have actually outgrown. So stop being persistent about continuing in your comfort zone is coming through over here. You'll be glad that you found the courage to go towards a more meaningful life, a life that you know that you truly deserve. That's coming in. And I'm doing these readings from a very loving space, all right? Just wanted you to know that. We have judgment card coming in, divine intervention, which is occurring right now, and the decision needs to be made, decisive decisions which need to be made now. By looking at the truth of the situation or situations, how certain things have been repeating themselves, and how to separate themselves to go towards a more healthier lifestyle, to do what is right for you, to make the judgment call and stop being so indecisive about things, to go towards a passion of yours, to get excited about that, to travel to uncharted lands. And we have the Four of Pentacles also coming in. A little bit of budgeting is coming in because in the past we have been a little frivolous with our energies by sexually interacting with so many people. So yeah, okay, let that be. But become aware of how potent your energies, how important your energy, your resources, your efforts, your love truly is. You need to understand that coming in again and again, and be a little prudent about it also, resources and finances also. Because I can feel someone, if you're a Taurus like me, someone shopping a little too much and then feeling a little guilty, like maybe I just splurged a little too much. Could have bought it next month, but anyways, coming in. Take care of yourself and set healthier boundaries, and don't feel guilty for doing those things. Walk away from situations which are no longer empowering you or are devaluing you now. You need to let go of that. You don't have to have suffering. Like, choose suffering on a day to day basis. It doesn't make sense. See, we can always counter what I'm saying, but at the like right now, that is what is coming in. So I'm just letting you know that you need to do what is right for you. That is coming in because you're someone who looks at the overall thing, doing things, even if it's parting ways, doing it amicably for the higher good of all. Right now, think about yourself, prioritize yourself. It's not selfish, it is required a little bit of self-care, a little bit of self-preservation is important for you to manifest, attract what you truly deserve, who you truly deserve also. And get creative, start figuring things out for yourself. Make a judgment call. No one else can decide it for you but you, because this is your life. Gotta take care of what you are building in life. At the bottom, we have Justice card. So Libra has been coming in twice. Taurus has come through. Quite a bit of earth signs are coming in, and water signs are coming through, but I don't really want to go into that. But don't, like, make sure that your emotions are not clouding your logic, the practical side of yours. If one more thing, Do this analysis. If certain thing stuck the way that it is, remain the way it is for the next 1 year, would you like to pour into that cup, pour into that endeavor, or would you like to choose something different for yourself, or at least make space for something different to come into your life, because it's time to step into your power. And sometimes we have to make some really hard decisions, but you'll be glad in a month's time also that you made the decision, or even immediately you'll be happy that you made a decision, because you'll be feeling calmer by taking that call coming in from your soul, because you've stopped undervaluing yourself. That is what is coming in. And also from time to time, because we go around doing our errands and taking care of other people's world, your throne is vacant. It's time to sit on it also, like sit in your power coming in. On cutting, we have the Two of Wands coming in. Don't worry what you are pursuing. There will be like-minded people coming in and supporting you. But you need to begin with supporting your own self. That initiative needs to be taken at your own end. And it's going to become very clear. Even in the next week, 10 days, very stark clearance, clarity which is coming in, focus which is getting clearer, or truth of the matter which is coming forth, and you will be able to make a very clear, concise decision once and for all. That is also somewhere down the line coming in. And it's now like you're carving a new path for yourself. You're about to choose something different, newer for yourself. And you have no problem releasing the past, the energies of it, because you're now calling back your energy and sending back respective energies to their sources. You need to protect yourself. Use a little bit of discernment to understand what other people's intentions really are. Because just because you have a beautiful soul or you have good intentions doesn't mean each and every person in your life comes from that space or place. Just a thing which is coming in. Archangel Gabriel is supporting your endeavors. Get creative, do the healing, and please let's go fly to another new chapter in your life is also something which is coming through. This one is wearing, I have been trying to figure out what it was. I didn't take the time to look at it. I don't know how long this has been, but we're going to move forward. But it actually has lizards or gecko on his, the print over here, regeneration, which is coming in, rebirth. You're going to get very bold, and it's time to become bold. Not disrespectful bold, but bold. And we need to let go of any kind of resentment, any kind of guilt, any kind of self-doubt that we put ourselves through. Not needed. Make better choices for yourself. You've learned enough. That's what's coming through. It's time to pursue a new passion of yours. Take care of yourself. Take care of your home, and home also being your own vessel. I'm feeling so empowered right now. It's not even funny. All right, moving forward. What's the truth in love and relationship for number 1? We have attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Coming in, becoming mindful, becoming more present, letting go of the anxieties of the past, the guilts of the past, and letting go of the uncertainties of the future, and being more present in this moment and enjoying that more fully coming through. Anything else? We have worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your life. So again, like that patience which is coming in, Things are working. Stop getting anxious. It's worth the wait. Wait for the right person to come your way is coming in, not waiting, like completely stalling things. But new love, give space for new love. And one more thing which came in, not laughing, but because my head is going everywhere. This is why I tend to giggle, because I'm an ambivert, so my introvert side gets activated every time I get fumbling and all of that. Like it's a little mind block which is there, overcoming it. With the divine worth waiting for coming in, give one thing which what I wanted to say was before I started justifying myself, which brings me to a point: stop explaining yourself. You are overly trying to make other people or another person more comfortable at the cost of your own self. And there, it's a good thing, but if it persists to continue that way, it becomes unhealthy. It becomes an unbalanced situation. If you're walking away from a situation, just make sure that you don't jump into another relationship, entanglement, situation, connection right after, or you leave a situation knowing for certain, knowing for sure that there's another person there. It becomes a loop, and then you find yourself in the same situation once again because you didn't take the time to reflect on things, to heal, or even acknowledge. Every time, like, acknowledging and healing at the same time is not really required, but at least acknowledging, taking the time to understand, process what was there. Give yourself time. You're running into things is coming through. It is safe. So way too many cards. Okay, wait. Spirit, can we just get a little more consolidated energy, because this is getting too diverse for me. You need to ground yourself is also coming through. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Again, the thing of giving and receiving coming through. We have trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith. We have free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. And wait, and we have deception. Someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship. The truth of the matter, what I'm getting overall is that while your intuition is asking you to let's just go, what's making you stop? And your conscious self saying, I've put in so much effort into this relationship. Maybe in a month it will be better. And guess what? It just keeps on going that way because this person over here knows that it is safe for them to love you. It is a safe connection, but somewhere down the line, due to past experiences or what has occurred between the two of you, it is very hard for them to trust once again in the concept of love. And they come out as being deceptive, a little bit of falsehood, not wanting to showcase their vulnerable side, and a little bit of hard to get, this person being a little hard to get, becoming an enticing angle for you. But the thing is, you got hooked to it in a certain way. Of course, it could have been a very, very beautiful relationship, but at the end of it, this is someone who doesn't want to be authentic at this moment, doesn't want to open up to you just yet. And they've been testing the connection for a very, very long time. And you're soon going to reach a point where you'll see the bigger picture, the truth of the matter, a conversation that is had that will determine the fate of this connection. One more card, please. And as a reminder, the Empress with the Judgment card The Empress herself, gender fluid, but just saying with the depiction, is very, very authentic, unafraid to express who they are. For he, she, or they knows their truth, and you want something meaningful now. You are done with the merry ways, with the surface level things, with keeping it light and not disturbing the peace by saying anything or sharing any of your concerns. It's not going to help you, it's only going to suffocate you. Anything else that you want to say? What's the truth about this particular connection, this relationship? This may be a friendship also, but my own intention is in regards to romantic love, but love is just not romantic, so keep an open mind in regards to that. We have reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Someone could be coming in, showcasing that they've changed, but in reality, they really haven't. Or they will like so slow romance, and it'll be a pace which will be slower than what you want. That is also somewhere down the line coming through. This person is a little unclear, maybe hasn't even shared how they feel about you. Maybe you took your space, you did take your power back, stepped into your Empress phase, and walked away with the Eight of Cups coming in, or like, this person out of anger rejected the whole thing when you confronted them, rejected the connection, or ghosted you because this person doesn't like confrontation because they are being evasive at with their own self, and like it's part of their healing journey, of their own soul journey, which you can assist in, but how much? You can't do the healing for another person, and at the end of it you got to choose what is best for you. These cards aren't supposed to be read reverse, but that's how I feel like doing it today. If you're wondering about someone re-entering your life, about their intentions or not, don't make a call just yet. See their actions, because they like to love bomb. Everyone likes to do that, like, when things are starting. Everyone's hopeful and all of that, but eventually the cracks coming starts showcasing themselves once the honeymoon period is over. So take your judgment call then, because with the Ace of Cups and which one was that? This one, the Knight of Wands coming the way they did is a reminder for you that, like, even if this you are re-entering with re-entertaining someone from your past, take your time to make that judgment call. Don't rush into it just because it feels good in that heat of the moment, kind of a thing. See, on a personal level also, like, how tolerant are you to inauthenticity is also going to uh, determine how you see this. But tolerance to a certain level is good. At the end of it, like, this person may have taken you for granted also. Like, I don't know, like, it's not really reassuring at this moment. This person really wants to, perhaps, also for some people, but they gotta be very honest with you, man. The manipulation, I don't like manipulations at all. Like, why you wanna play games, man? Why you wanna play games? How scared are you? How scared are you? How hurt were you in the past that you can't be authentic in something so loving? Blows my mind. But it's not a place of judgment. It's a little it's almost like a defense mechanism. Someone acting very cocky, but inwardly they are quite cowardly. That's my judgment. There it is. Queen of Swords, energy coming through for me. But see, it's fine. To each their own. You, at this very moment, deserve something better than this. And we have this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. The potential was very high with this person, but the thing is, time and time again, for someone out there, like a few people, like 5 people out there, it's it's a repeat telecast, like playing the same record again and again and expecting different songs to come in. Doesn't really happen. Takes time. At this moment, stop worrying about this person. Honestly speaking, stop worrying about this person. And their actions are not a reflection of your worth. You gotta believe in yourself and choose something more deserving for you right now. Even if you want to wait it out, see how it goes, because not everyone is in a dire situation or waiting or moving on and all of that, right? Not everyone is making that kind of a decision in life. But you gotta give this person time to figure it out on their own, because it's free will at the end of it. Because this person is not ready to express how they truly feel. So, where do we go from that? Where do we go from that? One more. Okay, this box is why not and excuses. What would they like to say about it? Or what would spirit like? What's the guidance coming in with the cards which were shown? This says, hello, hello. I won't be able to meet your demands, not yet at least. There's other things that they're focusing on, and their emotional healing of the heart is not a priority at this moment, and it's too much for them. We have commitment phobe, and we have one particular relationship did a number. They're secretly still brooding. So that's that. That's why they have the inhibitions. That's why they're not being authentic, because they need to safeguard themselves. And there's this past which is replaying, or they're keeping it too close to their heart and kind of making them immobile in the present. So you gotta focus on yourself. Stop focusing on this person for now. All right, moving forward. And one more thing that I want to say is that, see, at the end of it, it's your call. I'm no one. I'm just a stranger. I'm just a moonian here. It's your call. But quite frankly, I wasn't a fan with what came across over here, all right? So now, and that's where I was coming from, being protective about you, all right, the viewer here. So the next one is what is the subconscious truth. So these are dream decoder cards. We'll see what the dreams are saying, and then let's just see how it goes. Okay, for pile number one, for number one. Thank you. What is this? This immediately remind, not this part, but the background of Ladakh, Leh Ladakh in India. Falling could be a dream of yours where you feel things are completely out of control. And that's also because the way things were in a particular relationship where someone is trying to impose control with the way things are. And this particular relationship taking all your attention, energy, also mentally, also taking up a lot of your mental space. And you and that thing affecting each and every aspect of yours, and feeling a lack of everything or things not working out. There's a little bit of pessimism, a steam which needs to be blown off. That kind of energy is also coming through, because there's a lot of stress which was there, and feeling like nothing's working in my favor. In my timeline right now, at the age of what I am, people are achieving different things, and why, what, this kind of anxiety. I almost feel like saying self-deprecative thought process, which is so limiting. And it's maddening at the same time, feeling that you have nothing in control. Everything's like out of proportion, everything's going awry, no matter how hard you try. And the lesson at the end of it was to let go. And whatever has to fall, let it fall and let it slide. For it's time for you to fly towards a more meaningful life. Keeps on coming in again and again. Okay, so let's see what this one is. Coming through, we have water. Water is a symbol of emotional state with associations of change and flow. If you're going through a tough time emotionally, a water dream may suggest you'll pass into a new phase. Wow. Whatever form water takes, rain, snow, river, lake, waterfall, sea, it's also a symbol of refreshment, healing, or new beginnings. This is so even if this is so, even if you dream of a storm, since all weather is temporary. If water is a river or lake, if water in a river or lake is clear, this is a sign of emotional honesty and resilience. If it's dirty or muddy, this indicates insecurities and perhaps over reliance on support from others. A swimming pool is a symbol of emotional restraint. A shower or bath suggests you need to cleanse yourself of negativity. Swimming reflects a positive attitude if you are moving through the water happily. But if you're struggling or going against the current or getting submerged, your emotions may be overwhelming you. And this is the state that we need to, my stomach is grumbling, I'm sorry. And this is a state that we need to let go of, the overwhelming that we need to let go of. Calmer waters, we need to go towards that. And with this one coming in, there are two things which came in my mind with this one also, since this is made with minerals and iron, something, salt, at salt basins, I think it's basins, um with everything. When you hold sand in your hand and when you start clasping it, the more tighter you make your fist, tighten your fist, the more sand starts slipping. And instead of trying to gain control over other people's reactions, other things in life that are actually beyond your control, you need to start focusing on what you can control, which is yourself, your reactions, your endeavors. You can put in the effort. How it goes, the snags which come in, don't take it as a personal attack. See it as a opportunity to maneuver out of it, or maneuver the situation to your benefit. That is what is coming through. And one more thing which came through the subconscious is that, because right now I'm seeing a lot of pictures, so one more thing which came in was, see, you have a glass of water at on in both of your hands, all right? Holding it for some time will not make a difference. It's light, it's okay. But the longer you keep on holding on to it, your arms are going to get heavier and feel pain, get strained, even if it's just a simple glass of water or glasses of water. So make sure what kind of baggages, emotional baggages are you holding on to is also something which is coming through over here. I may not be wording it right, but it's almost like you need to change the perspective, like half full, glass half full, half empty thing. See it as not a situation lost, but an opportunity gained. And what can you make out of it? How can you benefit from it? Even if the lesson, the experience involves a certain kind of loss. Why do you feel that you have to control or be certain about everything, 100% sure about everything to make the next move? Like, knowing all the details, everything, all the itinerary put into place. Give yourself a breather when you next time. This reminds me, when you go on a trip next time, if you're a person who likes to make itineraries for the whole trip, like from hour to, some people have the habit of making it hour to hour kind of a thing. From my perspective, it's a little too much, because you need to give yourself a little bit of breather when you have so many things lined up for yourself, and suddenly you feel like doing like just nothing, and maybe just sitting by the beach. You don't have time for it. So, like, just keep a few days for personal space, or keep it open, so that, like, when you're on the trip, you can decide what you feel like doing at that very moment. All right. And not according to Google what is best. Especially when we travel abroad, right? We have so many things. It's good, yeah. It's good to have a plan, but that thing of being a little flexible, to be adaptive, that will really free up your spirit. Is that even making sense to you? I hope it is. All right. Let's now see what your soul wants you to know about or even pursue. All right. This is coming in as a what's the truth of your soul, but more in as a guidance from your soul. All right. We have self-esteem. I possess gifts of the soul that that benefit me and others. Yeah, self-esteem. Let's practice that. Let's take actions from that. You need to believe in yourself before even an organization believes in you. We have honesty coming in. And it's interesting because with the Empress which came in, like to be bolder and all of that, honesty is coming in. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. So it's time to be true to your own self. Like, if you have problems, if you feel shy expressing your feelings to another person, and you have closed that thing to your own self also, begin with expressing your feelings, your emotions to your own self. And to get to the truth of the matter, all you got to do is be honest with yourself. Look at things from the way they are and not how you want them to be looked at. Does that make sense to you? With the self esteem and honesty, Joan of Arc, Joan of Arc, I always say her name weirdly, is coming in and reminding you to speak your truth and not fear persecution coming through. Be honest in your expression, or when you are explaining something to another person, don't do it like from the viewpoint of how would that person like to hear it. Or even if you are giving a truth dose to someone, let's simmer it down, tone it down by complimenting them. Like, stop hitting around the bush is coming in, but you can be gentle, but at least speak your truth and don't be evasive. It's not going to help. Honesty is the best policy, and it's time to accept responsibility for your own well being. And you need to let go of things, even beliefs, which are no longer supportive of your soul's growth is coming through. In a way, this is also saying stop succumbing to pressure, in a way, is coming through. Just because someone is expecting you to act in a particular way or wanting to keep you molded in a particular way, you don't have to. It's a choice. Like, you don't have to act that way, especially if you don't feel it comes from an authentic place. Give yourself the validation to do what is right. Now, in this process, we're not saying, like, be ruthless in this approach. You can be kind also. But you gotta let go of the hesitation and speak your truth, because that's a responsibility of yours, and it will down the line, whoever values you, whoever is in your life for the long haul, even your family members will really appreciate the fact that you are being honest with them, and they will mirror the same, and that will help strengthen your bonds. You need to remember you are worthy of the miracles which are meant for you, and stop comparing yourself to others. It's very limiting. One paragraph that I want to read with the self esteem is, we'll just keep it here. Perhaps you may not be aware or even in tune with your incredible and gifted self. Why not try to make a list of 10 aspects of yourself or abilities you possess that you love and hold in high regard? It is not always easy to write about yourself, but sometimes you need to be reminded just how special you are. Remember that you did not come down to this schoolroom by accident. You have meaning and a reason for being. You are a treasure chest of incredible gifts and insights. Now is the time to celebrate you. It's time to stop being trapped by the ego. All right, now let's see what's the guidance coming in for you from the Divine Feminine. And one more thing, when you start being true to your own self, looking at things from a logical aspect also, not just objectively but subjectively also, and vice versa, when you take in the whole perspective, it is a very empowering journey, and it makes everything crystal clear. Find the courage to muster up the strength to see things for how they really are and have a honest conversation with yourself, because for sometimes we need to look at things from a third person's perspective also, maybe from another person's perspective, that's always very very beneficial, but from a third person's perspective, and then take a call. It is important, like this approach is really beneficial when we are highly undermining our own selves, and certain negative things that you've been if you catch yourself saying something negative, repeat it out loud. Or if you find yourself making, after the negative thought, you are reparenting yourself or making yourself understand something, say it out loud. Like, seriously, there's no end to it. There can be many things that I can assume, but I don't want to get grasped, 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 engulfed by it because it's too overwhelming. And for right now, I just require this thought to F off. All right, from the Divine Feminine, who would like to speak to number one? Well, mhm. We have Akhilanda coming in, the goddess of never not broken. Everything happens for my liberation. I choose to become only more love. This is Akhilanda, represents the essence of the phoenix. It's so interesting. I wanted to say it in the beginning, but I was like, it's too corny to say it again. Like, anyways, she's the indestructible energy that embraces change. She knows that everything is conspiring to transform her into only more love and light. Akhilanda is an elusive goddess from Hindu mythology. Her full name is sorry, Akhilandeshwari. Ishwari is Sanskrit for female power or goddess, and Akhilanda means never not broken. So she is the goddess of never not broken. She can never be broken because she always is. She is the embodiment of what we try to avoid, the dissolution of our ego's identity. Her power is unparalleled. She radiates the potent light and joy that's the goal of change, transformation, or pain. There is very little written about her. She is meant to be known through experience. She is an intimate interior goddess that we meet when we are in the darkest moments of grief and heartbreak. She shows she shows up when our energy is trapped, where we have been stifled in routines or others' expectations of us, and she whispers the liberation we will experience once we let go of ourselves, break open, and allow the new experience of our self to come blazing through. One last thing that I want to say is we are here to let our ideas of ourselves go up in flames so that beneath the ashes, the soft core of who we are truly arises. And so that we remember that it's not the heart that ever breaks, it's the ego. The heart only ever expands. Everything is happening for your liberation. And it's time to choose to become more of love, embodying the compassion, and that being a source of giving you empowerment also because you know what is healthy. Like you can be unconditional, giving, loving, compassionate, but you know your boundaries because it took a long time for you to be confident in understanding and acting from a place of self-worth, because you also understand that vulnerability is your greatest strength. And she reminds us that the whole thing is like, sometimes it takes a breaking point to get to that breakthrough. And in that moment, or in that aha moment also, everything changes. Because even in the most trying of times, we unveil our true strengths. I'm channeling and not channeling because the name just got me off guard, caught me off guard. That's fine. That's what's coming in. I like to close the reading because I'm getting numb now. Uh, so that's what's coming through. Self-reliance, self-governance, self-worth, resilience, empowerment, liberation, rebirth, an ultra boost of confidence which is coming through, coming from a humble place, but literally it's time to value yourself highly. And you'll see, by you creating a foundation for yourself, which people have to first attain or achieve or reach to, in order to reach to you, talk to you, that kind of a thing is coming in. Like, it's not a grandiose thing which is coming in, but you got this. You are a fighter. You've survived through a lot. You're learning from the experiences. There's certain kind of ego death or what which was required, because the ego self has many tangents to it, like fear, pride, and all of that. So certain things which need to come to an end. It's more like fear or self-limiting belief systems which created certain kind of defense mechanism which the ego self was going on, running on, and certain things which came in and stopped it from running its mechanism. And with that, it broke off. The explosion happened, the breaking point which occurred only for a new you, authentic you, to come through the fire. That is the energy which is coming through. So it's time to rise and shine, darling. Understand your worth, and time to step into the world. The only way you come out of this is by going through it and not being evasive about it anymore. That is what is coming through. All right. So thank you so much for your precious time. My God, I didn't realize the hair was there. It's a new cycle, like the way the hair was placed. I have curly hair, but the way it was specifically like a circle, things are coming full circle. There are certain kind of vicious cycles that are becoming very evident for some people out there. And it's now time to cut cords with those things, with all that which is redundant, even in our belief systems, which are limiting us, our soul's growth. We are eradicating that. For the phoenix is now rising. All right. So thank you so much for your precious time. And I wish the best for you. Sending you a lot of love, light, strength, motivation, and beautiful blessings to you and yours. Om Namah Shivay. Keep that vibe high, my lovely moons. Hello, number two. For those who were drawn to the number two, or this crystal over here, the angelite. So, with this one, as we figure out the truth, what one download before I prepped up for the reading for you guys came in, what I memorized it. From nothing came everything, and it began with an explosive communication or download from source. Communicate with your angels, with the angelite. You can connect with them. Beautiful stone, crystal, and it's so empowering. It's very good for psychic developments, building your intuition, and also gaining guidance. The portal opens up, not opens up, strengthens also with crystal, with your angels and the higher realm. It's very nice. I always have it for my readings. Like, even like no. All the crystals are beyond the frame. Anyways, let's begin. Okay. Eight of Swords coming in, which is talking about the need of looking at things for how they really are, letting go of fears, the illusionary veil of fear, anxiety, and doubts coming through. All right, so let's begin now. For number two, what is the truth? And before we begin, I just wanted to say it again. We'll be going through different truths, different matters. Like after this, like an overview, it gives me as a reader a baseline, and it will give you certain kind of guidance. And through this, the cards on what I speak about, the kind of truth which is coming in, see if that resonates with you or something that you want to know further about, because we'll be going into love, we'll be going into subconsciously what's the truth, what your soul wants to know, and we'll be ending with the guidance from Divine Feminine, because always so always be your vivacious you. Vi- I don't know. Vivacious is coming in. So it's like instead of walking, we have been walking gingerly or timidly. It's time to go out full blaze. Not so like ultimative or explosive, and like, we're eradicating everything which is coming in the way and all of that. It's that kind of a inspiration, but we are taking calculated steps forward now. We are being bolder as a collective. Okay, now let's begin. What's the overall truth for number two? What's coming out? What's the truth of the situation? What's the truth for number two? Spirit, what's the truth? Spirit just told me shuffle a little softer. Okay. Oh, I can feel a charge in my heart space, but it is getting empowered, getting uplifted by the activation in my solar plexus chakra. Beautiful. Thank you. We have we have the Eight of Swords coming in again. We need to look at things for how they really are and tell our anxiety respectfully to calm the F up. Is someone feeling scared to accept the reality for how it is? Because your intuition with the High Priestess coming in has been telling you the truth. And we have Temperance also coming in. There's certain kind of healing which is required for the new. Wow, these two cards also came in for number one, for the new beginning to occur. This is self-love, which is getting enhanced also, to listen to the cues coming from your soul and pursue those goals. Get excited, get your, let bygones be bygones. Let your past not haunt you or limit you or your soul's growth coming through. Spirit, we are very much ready. Can we know the truth, please? Thank you. We have the Seven of Wands coming in, which is talking about know that you will prevail from all the obstacles which are in front of you. What you see as obstacles, take your time if you want to recollect, recenter, and then move forward, because in that recollecting or assessing the situation, pausing to reflect or ponder, more reflect and assess rather, your intuition is increasing with the emotional maturity which is also coming through. And with that increasing intuition, you are getting in alignment with your own truth, and that is giving you the strength to overcome anything that is coming in your way, that is coming through. You can persevere and you will successfully overcome whatever feels like an impossible situation. Get the determination You'll find the clarity when you find your reason. We have the Seven of Cups coming in reverse. And so interesting because before I stepped into the reading, I started talking already. And I was talking about procrastination, like me in that conversation, because I'm a single child, so I tend to have a lot of conversation. But that was a conversation I was having with number two. And it's coming in, that's why I'm repeating myself right now. Okay, saying it here for the first time, but explaining myself, okay? Moving past that, I was talking about me having like 7, 8 products which I have to enlist on Etsy. And I've been procrastinating about it because I have a little bit of nervousness and the whole thing, like, the nitty gritties get a little overwhelming for me. And with this coming in, there's certain kind of clarity which you will be approaching. It could also be like, there are too many options which are getting you a little overwhelmed. And if you take some time, there's this eureka moment which will be coming in, breaking the spell of procrastination, because there's a lot of confusion which is there, and this, it's almost like we are choosing to remain with the clouds, for to remain in the cloudiness, because once we look at things for how they really are, it will be too distinctive. You know what you need to do, but we are being a little evasive, not facing things at this moment, running away from it, or keeping ourselves too busy so that we don't have to think about it. But you will, even if you're feeling indecisive, you will reach certain conclusions, because remaining confused is no longer an option. This showed when I was keeping the cards back. Three of Swords coming in, third party scenarios, certain kind of break which we need to heal from. If you are unable to understand someone's intentions, it's going to become very, very clear. But you need to assess the situation for how it really is and not remain obscure. And we have the Three of Pentacles coming in reverse, sevens and threes coming in. A particular situation is keeping you anxious, stressed out, and it's blocking your creativity, blocking you from taking the path which may be a little daunting at this moment, because it may be something that you haven't experienced, but you know very certainly, even in your body, that that path is the right thing to do, and there's a very staunch need of uncomplicating life. And there's this thing of, instead of dwelling, we need to start taking actions. Three of Swords is also a cross point where you are unable to decide which course to take, because you're feeling pulled, equivalently pulled in two directions, unable to decide where to go. It's that cross point, and you know which path you have to take, but there's this procrastination going on. I don't want to. Like, handling people, stringing people along for some people is also coming in, or being one of those being strung along. That is also something which is coming through. It's almost like stepping into, and I'm just giving a random example, stepping into an open relationship and eventually realizing this is not for me, but not saying it, putting that thought across to the other person, saying, like, I've realized this is not for me, it's not realistic, my I have different aspirations in life, I feel undermined, I have insecurities, and it is not something that I want to entertain. I gain that clarity and I can't do it. But the having that like mustering up the courage to get to that point of clearly communicating the same to that person, it's not happening. We're still being evasive. That is what is coming through. settling for something what you don't want to settle for, or accepting or adjusting to something which feels disrespectful is also something which is coming through. You know what you need to do. You need to reach the point of doing what is right for you and perhaps even those involved. If there are creative endeavors, ideas, jostling with ideas, because with my solar plexus chakra activated, a lot of ideas, inspirations come in. Maybe it's that, like, you have an influx of ideas coming through and you don't really know which one to go with, which is the best course. So take your time, come up with a strategy, or see which one of all the options that you have is more feasible, is more in alignment with your purpose, with your calling, with your plan, with your soul, with your core truth, core principles, because those are getting redefined also as your true self is emerging. One more thing which is coming in, and third party may not be romantic third party, could be other things also, but we're not evading that. But what is being said is like you're trying to prioritize someone who's not prioritizing you, and that in a long term becomes a detriment. So, what you want to do with that is your choice. It's time to make a plan. It's a very good thing to allow things to flow naturally, but right now there's something unnatural which keeps flowing. That is what is coming in. Wake up. It's a wake up call coming through. Follow your intuitions and stop ignoring the flags coming in. I'll just say, like, in regards to red flags, like, we can make our assumptions, but something's not adding up. So stop telling yourself everything's fine when you clearly don't feel it is. That is what is coming in. And this is no, I have no intentions of making you feel unease or uneasy, but that's the truth which is coming through. Can we get some clarifications? Thank you. You have the Ace of Swords. Communicate clearly. You can't expect someone to be um, intuitively reading into your mind, what's going on in your mind, and vice versa. You shouldn't be expected to understand what the other person feels. They have to express it too. To gain certain kind of clarity, we need to have a heart-to-heart conversation. But if you're feeling irritated, anger, and all of that, firstly, bring that resolve, inner calm, and then speak. Sometimes it happens, like, outbursts happen, and it's okay. It happens. But we need to clearly communicate what we really want, or at least become clear in our own intentions. Setting intentional intentions, that kind of energy is coming in. Articulate clearly. We have the star coming in with Aquarius major arcana coming in. There is success which will ensue the moment you pursue what needs to be pursued. There's healing, recognition, stardom, glow up which is occurring. I also feel like, some people, there are many things which came in. One thing was about body positivity, and if we are feeling underconfident about ourselves, let's do something about it that way coming through. And this is not like, typical body type that you have to be. I'm overweight, but I feel beautiful. There was a point where I didn't, and there's a whole other thing which was attached to why I wanted to gain weight, and it'll seem distorted if I speak only a little about it, right? Because I don't want to explain anything. But anyways, never mind. Also, one just completely eradicating that. But yeah, like, do what makes you feel happy is coming in. Empower yourself. Any point of underconfidence that flashes in front of you, let's work through them instead of getting overwhelmed or intimidated by those things. Let's get inspired by them and do what's needed to overcome them. Also, one thing of jealousy which is coming in with these two cards over here, you being jealous of someone, let's convert it into inspiration, something that we would like to add in our life. And there are people who are a little jealous, or at least, like, they fail to showcase, reassure you of your worth in a way is coming in. Like, you need to build a more supportive community around you and have more honest friends around you. There's recognition also coming in. Let's just go forward. I don't want to go too deep into things right now. What? The king and the queen of wands are up here. And so interesting. I was like, just stop and take those cards. And these two are together. There's a power couple. It's okay. Whatever happened in the past, let it be. There's this soulmate. And if someone who you truly deserve is entering your life, but you need to let go of this qualms of the past, hurt, which needs to be, you need to reconcile with your own self first. Forgive yourself for being in a particular situation is also something which is coming in. Like, forgive yourself before forgiving anyone else. Remember your worth and be teachable. In this, be teachable, I'm saying, like, be open, don't be rigid. You've had some humbling experiences, but the effect of it in the long term has been a little bit of numbing which has happened, or undervaluing our own selves which has happened, and we need to let go of those. There are certain beliefs which have become obsolete, which are restraining your growth, and now we need to know that we can achieve everything, we will accomplish. Now I'm focusing on my legacy, on my growth, on my abundance. I believe in my capabilities, and I know where I'm going. And I know that I am divinely guided, and recognition, success, manifestations come to me easily. That is also somewhere down the line coming through. A certain kind of transformation which is occurring with the sunflower and the star over here, the explosion over here also, the cloudiness which is now going away. Any situation which has been keeping you hostile, break out of it. You have the scissors to cut those cords. You are so radiant. And we have the Ace of Wands also coming in reverse, two aces. A certain kind of self-limitation, self-limiting, self-limiting thoughts also, which kind of pull you back, or kind of feeling safe to be in the comfort zone of what you've known, and not really being willing to explore new things, new ideas, new endeavors, or stepping into the unknown. That kind of energy is coming through. And it's really interesting with the two aces over here. These hands are coming out of the clouds and being illuminated. It's almost also coming in as a nudge from the universe, from the source, from the higher ups, nudging you to go forward, to pursue your goals, to speak your truth, to remember how sexy you are, how radiant you are, for so many accomplishments are ahead of you, and also to remind yourself to take the time, pat your back, and celebrate your growth. There are certain information which is still lacking, maybe keeping things a little hazy, but in that moment, listen to the additional information coming from your intuition. It will help you make your decisions. Yes, there were certain experiences which made you jaded, but we have to change that now. With the Eight of Swords also, and these two, when they've actually come in reverse, but I want to change the energy, which is why I'm placing these like this. It's very important to let go of any kind of victimhood that you may be holding on to. Fine, it happened to you, but how is it happening for you? We can't hit around the bushes anymore. Can't avoid or deny certain things. I want to read what is written over here for this card because I don't know. I just opened it and I saw it, so I'm just going to read it. Only the heart can know when it is time to pull the swords out and begin again. Let your tears fall and give sorrow its due. Consider carefully before you assign any blame. It is unlikely that you are thinking clearly. In the past, we've been too hesitant to take actions. You need to stand up for yourself and focus on your purposes. Combine intuition and practicality to spark a creative blaze. Bring passion to your endeavors. Follow your passion. And one thing which is coming through from the ifs and buts and all of that, you'll find one reason to do it, and you got to do it. And one thing which is coming in, the moment you prioritize something, the moment you start putting in the effort instead of like just procrastinating, thinking about it, keeping in the thoughts and the castles and all the actions we have to take and everything in the mental space, now we need to bring it on earth. That kind of a thing is coming in. But the moment you focus on one thing, it'll start progressing, growing very speedily, and you'll be amazed at how quickly it starts working out for you. But we need to now come to a point where instead of being evasive, we need to get into it and get our hands dirty and cultivate something for ourselves. It's interesting how strong air signs and fire signs are coming in. How strongly. Focus on your growth, and they will also start mirroring your growth. In terms of a particular person at this moment, at this given point, you're not at the same on the same page is also somewhere down the line coming in, which is why we have a um clash of interests where no one's ready to compromise. One more thing with the Seven of Wands coming in, the truth is that you actually have the upper hand and you don't see it right now. But genuinely, the ball's on your court or you have the upper hand is the energy which is coming through with these cards. Remember your worth is in a way coming in, but know that your radiance warms many hearts. And it's just coming in as a reminder you are very lovable. You're innocent and vivacious. You're sexy. You're radiant. You're inspiring. You're bold, confident, enduring, compassionate. Also, you are a warrior. Make sure that you are a peaceful one. Because when things get sticky, out of control, irritating, the anger can get the best of us and one can explode. And then comes out the rebellious, retaliating soul. Oh, that's coming into my mind. So let's just keep this there. Let's start looking into what's the truth in love and relationship, a particular relationship that's coming forth. These cards are romantic angels, romance angels cards, but love is just not romantic. So let's see what's the truth of love in love and relationship for number 2. What's the truth in love? Flirt, extend your light-hearted energies to others, and this in combination with the Queen of Wands coming in, you are a natural flirt. You're very charming. You're very very charming, very alluring also. That vivacious thing is coming in. So let's just keep it as is here. What else? We have honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Someone wanting to travel to you, travel with you, envisioning that. And this one reminds me of the Six of Swords, going towards calmer waters, making the amends. We have this could be the one you've already met the partner you romantic partner you seek coming through. That indecisive energy is coming in while the connection is really really good. Is this person the one for me? And then getting a little intimidated by the whole concept of it, like seeing them every day and everything. So that is also coming in. It's natural. Sometimes we get uncertain, we get anxious because what we're getting stressed about, anxious about, is something which is important for us. But to constantly choose to remain in that confusion doesn't go anywhere. Like, it doesn't take anything everywhere. Suddenly, it won't come in like, oh, aha moment kind of a thing. Sometimes that aha moment, if you're waiting for it to come in, like that divine intervention to happen on its own, or someone in particular, it takes a very long time if you leave everything to up to fate. We have wedding. This situation involves marriage, so there are certain long term decisions which really need to be made, and we need to ground ourselves, uncomplicate life, find the truth in our heart, or even speak the truth of our soul and make a decision. Just because it's coming forth over here doesn't mean that you have to push yourself to make a decision. But let's get cracking with that. We have past life relationship. You have known each other before in this lifetime and even previous lifetimes, which is why even if there are uncertainties, things remaining unclear, the bond is very strong. You get each other the way no one else does. And when you both are together, you both forget the worries of the world because you're so happy together. It's like a haven that you create, and time just goes like that. We have forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in the present, in your present moments. So I feel like the truth of the matter is that you both know that this is something very significant, very endearing, very precious, and you both are at the end of it, like the way the aces came in, the initiatives which are stalling between the power couple. This one had this one next to it, this one has this one next to it, like closest. after the swords. That's how I saw it, like, because I could resonate with Queen of Wands being the viewer that way. Could be vice versa also, but yeah, there are certain things that we need to work through, and we are pulling through. And right now, I just feel like, even if there's no contact going on in a particular situation, because I don't want to talk about labels, but still, you both are mirroring each other. So if you're blocked, they're also blocked. And when you start being your authentic self, pursuing your goals, growing in life, and looking your beautiful, handsome, radiant self, it'll trigger the journey of growth, enlightenment in the other person as well. And there's certain kind of soul journey that you both are on, and it's only like, a little bit of bifurcation, diversion, which is occurring, going on your own soul journeys, even if you are in a relationship, and only to come back again on the same page. Get energetically in alignment with the universe, stop worrying so much, pursue your passions, and that will invoke or evoke more passion, attract more passion in your life. This person needs to start communicating with themselves a little more, because this person puts you on a pedestal, and in that in contrast to that, undermines themselves and shies off from expressing what they really want to say. And they also like to showcase themselves as perfect to you or strong to you, and they don't showcase what they're actually going through, maybe because they don't want to um, they want to keep you away from certain kind of difficulties that they may be facing in their life, because they don't want to your vibe to get affected by it, your life to get affected by it. But they're dealing with certain things which involves this family drama also. Perhaps they're getting to know who all are quite who then getting to know the truth about their relationships in their own life, family things, family dynamics, which may have been a little toxic. Becoming aware of that, even in distance, is also something which is coming through, because they always run back to you. And you know why it is there, but you don't want to speak about it. And this person is coming in terms with it. I also feel with the past life relationship, this person instantly knew you and fell for you. A lot of passion. This person has a lot of passion. They are good looking themselves, but the way you make them feel, and vice versa, very unique. The potential of this working out, very high. Let's see. Let's put tarot to test. No, not so many. I feel communication will be getting better, but you need to give this person the space to do whatever they are dealing with, because it will only make them run back to you more and more. Is also somewhere down the line coming through. This person wants to make things work with you, because they do. Also, it's just not you in your head, it is mutual. I feel it too. That is what is coming through. It was some card flipped. One card for clarity. What's the truth for number 2 in love? We have, look at the way it turned out. The 3 of Wands coming in. There's growth. This person wants to pursue this with you. And perhaps the alignment isn't there yet, quite there yet. But this person wants to work with you, build with you, has high hopes with you, because you're the one for them. No one challenges them the way you challenge them. And now I'm not saying, like, if you haven't challenged them for some time, that you, after hearing this, go challenge them a little more, because, like, oh, I want attention kind of a thing. But yeah, this is a person who's had their ways, and you're the kind of a person, being you, who challenged this person's belief systems, their take on life, or even how they approached love. You changed that. You broke, it's not broke, but you jolted awoke this person. And maybe this is a person who doesn't really know that, like, what they're feeling is true love just yet. But there are more, like, in terms of percentage, 70% of these people, their higher self is coming in and acknowledging what you have together. And it's just not the higher self coming in, it's themselves coming through. But they just do not know how to go about it at this moment. That the next course of action is a little unclear, is what is coming through. And this healing will be very essential. The healing journey that they are on at this moment, and everyone takes their own time. They're hoping that you have the patience. And I think that there is a lot of willingness here. Whether or not you are in a relationship or were in a relationship, you can feel it. Something good about it. And so does this person, but there's certain things that they need to release, certain things they have to amend in their own life to empower themselves to become this king and say what they want to offer. On cutting, we have Six of Swords. They want peace, harmony, re-establish the harmony with you once again in their life. That is also coming through. So in terms of intentions, this person has good intentions, but what they intend to do is unclear to their own selves also. Look at these cards. Oh my God. Spiritual connection for sure. And there were certain kind of karmic contracts that have been between the two of you, which had to trigger your growth, your ascension, trigger certain kind of healing. And those karmic contracts are coming to an end for a new phase to begin. Anything which was unrequited, we're letting go of that. And in case you find yourself in a situation, even in this situation, where you feel that feelings are unreciprocated, or the amount of efforts that you're making, it's not equivalently being given from the other side, then you need to pause, focus on yourself, and stop giving so freely. Because this person did take you for granted that you'll never leave, kind of a thing. Maybe you left and that was unexpected, and it led to a butterfly effect where the truth of everything else came gushing in for them, and it's overwhelming for this person at this moment. You will be able to overcome the differences, because certain differences, like, a fixation on someone's ideals, wherein who is perfect for this person is you, energetically also, mentally, physically, spiritually. But it's that fixation that they are breaking out of, or even like things that, even distorted point of views that are breaking. And like, at the end of it, the truth of the matter is that, in terms of love, that you have the heart. You may not know you have the heart, but you totally do. Okay, fine. I was asked to pull out a few messages. Let's see which song is coming in, just a little extra, because of the way the romance is playing out, love is playing out on this particular situation. Give them the space. That will be essential for this person. I'm just taking the top one. We'll see which one is this. I Knew I Loved You by Savage Garden. Oh my God. This is in reference, it made me feel like, I knew it from the beginning, the moment I met you, that kind of energy which comes in with this one. Let's see what's the other song which I was adamant to pick. We, we have Love Me by Colin Ray. But I'm not gonna let you down, darling. Wait and see. And between now and then, until I see you again, I'll be loving you. Love me. There's a reason why I was saying things in a particular way, because I don't like to talk with fluff. When it's positive, it's positive. When it's a little awkward, it becomes awkward. But this is loving, and I'm happy about that. Let's see what's coming in from the higher self. Not just the higher self, but what's coming in from this person, what they want to say, because three of them very particularly were like adamant to showcase what I showcase these. Okay. And the first one which comes out is a misprinting extra word. I will never love you. I will never love another like I love you. I hope I haven't lost you. And one more. See, flirt came in the romance thing, and this says, I love when you flirt with me. This person is like fascinated by you. A little obsessive, but good kind of obsessive. They're very attracted. The amount of attraction that they have towards you is the strongest they've had, because the intimacy between the two of you is damn good. They must have said it also. I feel it, so I'm just saying it. And they love it when you are in this your playful side is out, when you're flirting with them, sexting with them, perhaps also. And this person is simping, man. I don't know what else to say. Oh, but they gotta find the kahunas, balance to say it, rather than coming in, intervening in the reading like this. They need to muster up the strength and say it to you in person. At the bottom, I need you to need me like I need you. Wow. Okay. Now let's get back on track on the last section of the subconscious, your higher self, your soul, and the divine feminine. All right, we get into the spirituality of things. So let's begin with what your soul. No, wait. What's your subconscious truth? All right. So these are what are they called? Dream decoder cards. One or two of them, we'll see what subconsciously is coming in, then we'll go into what your soul wants to pursue, the guidance coming in, and then we'll look at it that way. All right, so for number 2, so interesting. This wasn't like irritation. I was going to say something, I got muffled in my muffled or tongue tied. This one came in like same way, group of cards in pile number 1. Just letting you know about a synchronicity doesn't mean that you have to go and see it. So for number 2, what is their subconscious truth? We have numbers coming in, we have a crime scene, and we have someone reading books in a library all alone. And there are numbers over here also. One thing which came in was, if you have a tendency of If you have a tendency of okay, if you have a tendency of becoming a detective, calm down. Don't overread into things, and don't try to process a situation which is making you uncomfortable by being in that situation at the same time. You need to separate yourself, spend some time alone, and assess things that way. You need to separate yourself from the energies and pay attention to the synchronicities, the numbers that you have been seeing. In the tarot, we had aces number 1, 7, and 3, which repeated themselves. It's all part of the puzzle. It'll all you have all the pieces. Now's the time that you start assembling. The puzzle is also coming in one piece at a time, and not get stressed about, oh, there's a whole puzzle to be made. Let's start with the corners, then start building up with a point of reference. I love jigsaw puzzles, and that's how I start doing them, because I do like 1,000, 1,500. There's the 5,000 pieces one, and I haven't had the time to do the whole of it. Anyways, gotta begin with that also. So many things lining up. And one more thing, like, when you have something that you have thought about, I want to do it now. Because tomorrow will postpone it to another tomorrow. That kind of a thing is coming in. These are like, which one do you want to read? Okay. One came in. So we'll read one since I spoke about the detective also. Oh God. Okay. What is this one? Book writing words and numbers. Books in a dream may symbolize a search for knowledge. One sentence that I was subject of the book is apparent also. So in your dream, whenever you come across a proper, like some book, the title which stays with you on in your waking reality, think about that also is coming in, or what the subject was. And if you're writing or writing materials are apparent, again the dream may be urging you to come to your own conclusions, because like if you're searching for a book, this can indicate over reliance on others opinions also. So it's time now, again the same thing, like maybe we have been approaching, trying to find an answer from like by reiterating it to others, like your friends who are genuinely concerned and love you a lot and value you a lot and have good intentions, but then again it's a little, it gets confusing also. Sometimes people give advices which they may not follow on their own. So we have to keep those things in mind also. And like, you need to start pursuing, do at the end of it, like, hearing everything and getting a bigger picture or different inputs. At the end of it, you have to go deeper, spend some time with yourself with all the knowledge which is there, instead of giving out a reaction or impulsively jumping to conclusion. You have to come to your own conclusions and come up with your own creative solutions. That is essential. Following your intuition has been very essential. And if you have a connection, the one which we were speaking of, not many people understand it, because from a third person's perspective, it may be like, someone may just randomly say this person is using you, wherein the reality is very different, and it's a reflection of the person who's making a judgment, because personal biases also play a major part even during readings. So the basic crux which I felt from this one is, don't let anyone else get under your skin. All right. With murder, if you dream of a murder, violent death, or attack, perhaps a shooting, knifing, Execution or mugging. This may symbolize an aspect of yourself that isn't being expressed. So let's start thinking about that. Mm, This one just, I don't know, like in the readings, right now also, this has just taken me in a place that I don't want to reach because still healing from something. No, it wasn't like it was a family loss. It wasn't like this, but it was very unexpected. I can't orate right now. I'll come back, okay? I was trying my best not to get, but that's why I took out the dice also because I was being asked to read about it, but I just can't. This one, I just went on this one, so I'm gonna read this. If you feel any kind of pain in your dream, this can indicate a fear of being hurt. Alternatively, it may be a warning against taking unnecessary risks. So that's the energy of avoiding taking impulsive actions. If you're impaled or pierced, this suggests an unwanted intrusion into some aspect of your life. So set healthier boundaries. Stop denying yourself of who you are, and even like it's gonna sound very distorted, but it's time now to merge your shadow side with your light side and be your authentic self. I'm just gonna keep it this way because I'm gonna do a reading here. With the numbers, this says, wait, if you want to read it, you can. I don't have the heart to read it. So you can pause and see this. Just don't have the thing off. So I'm sorry about that, but I just can't. It's been some time, but taking time, it takes time to heal from certain things. Okay, wait. And I haven't spoken about it. I didn't intend to speak about it because I don't know what to say. Like, I don't like people feeling sorry for me. Um, okay, let's just elevate our energies. Okay. We have numbers. Numbers in a dream can be significant. Some initial possibilities to consider are house or apartment numbers, phone numbers, and meaningful dates, for example, birthdays or anniversaries. A dream about your own PIN may suggest you're being too secretive or self centered. If a two digit or more number fails to reveal meaning, try looking at the individual digits in turn. If you're still stumped, take a numerological approach. Numerology looks at the symbolic meanings of numbers, especially in terms of spiritual growth. In brief, number one suggests, oh, I love this. They have the meanings also over here. Okay. In brief, number one suggests new beginnings. Two, relationships. Three, creativity. Four, stability. Five, change. Six, nurturing. Seven, truth. Eight, eight with wealth. Nine, about awareness. Zero, about timelessness and eternity. In general, odd numbers are perceived as possibly anxious or threatening, and even numbers like 2, 4, 6, 8 are more reassuring and positive. For, of course, small numbers can appear as things. If For example, there are two horses in a dream. Perhaps they represent a significant pairing in your life. Pay attention to the numbers flashing, maybe from here on. All right. Now let's see what your soul wants you to pursue or become aware of. Let's get to the crux of the matter and deal with it from place of earnesty, honesty, and maturity. For number 2, abundance and surrender. I can release my need to control. Coming in, surrender. Let go of the concern, surrender the how, focus on the now. We have abundance. I'm a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. So that thing of the 5D, being in the mindset, now it's time to implement those plans, strategies that you come up with clear assessment. Constructive assessment is also coming in. We have peace coming in. I am a being of love and I release all negative energy. Lighten the load. Enjoy the soar. Enjoy as you soar. It's time. Your soul is also saying it's now time to choose your own happiness, your growth. Do things which bring prosperity, abundance, happiness, joy, harmony in your life, and to choose peace over the chaos. And in terms of the trigger which occurred, the episode which occurred right now with me acting the way it was, the way I did, there's this thing of soul is recognizing, like, even if there's chaos internally, even if and externally, you are still calm, and that showcases your growth. We have health. I see, interesting, right? Me talking about the physicality of stuff, like taking care of your own vessel. Health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. At the end of it, don't take it for granted. And when you start pouring in care, love upon yourself, starts flourishing in life like beautiful ripples, and they come back in manifold. Whenever you feel fearful, anxious, remember that it is a physical state and you can immediately change it by getting up, doing something different. And when you start exercising, taking care of yourself, life seems different. Like, even when you exercise in the morning, the whole day goes so beautifully because you did something for yourself, something meaningful for yourself, and your body feels good, and the hormones, good hormones that flow in your body, even like your energy gets uplifted, especially if you have been feeling drained by things. And it's now time to choose peace, simplify things, get down to the basics. It's now time to also do something that you used to do and it made you feel good. Maybe even certain kind of ritual that made you feel good. That is also coming in because we get so busy in life that we forget about the simple things, what made us happy, because the daily grind, hustle and bustle and everything. Like sometimes we just forget what is important and why we started it in the first place. So from time to time, just take some time for yourself. From time to time, check in with yourself. Embrace all that you are, all of you. That will be very essential. And you will see all the clouds dissipating when your own truth comes through, when you start embodying all that you are. Because things clearly need to be more peaceful than they are. And if there are certain kind of inner turmoil that you're going through, be gentler with yourself. Take your time. Embrace what comes in, acknowledge them, and then let them slide also. Something that I want to read about the peace, because that's the one which I am getting drawn towards, because this is a color I literally love. So that's the personal bias coming in, but genuinely. This is a gentle reminder that balance in the mind is imperative in order for your soul to live its true nature. At this time in your life, you are to learn the value of peace and quiet and the joy of being still. One can never be truly connected to the source when the mind is engaged with unneeded chatter, which also came in this one, being too much, relying too much on other people's point of view, advice, and all of that. And one line that I'm getting drawn to, not one line, a few lines, where it starts from: it's time to reconcile past hurts and perceived injustices. Your peace may also be fostered by changing your outside view. Create harmony around you physically with order and calm. Trust the voice of your higher self to create an environment in which you can truly be in tune with your soul. There's too much outside noise, the cacophony which needs to be quietened. Retreat if you have to, because you can always get recharged, rejuvenated, and step back into the world to reclaim what is yours. All right, lastly, from the Divine Feminine, let's see what guidance is coming in for you as we close this reading. Wow, we have Bridget, the goddess of the eternal flame. I am an eternal flame, and each day my light grows brighter. Let the spirit of courage be lit in you and get stronger and stronger, for you are ready. And it's now time to make space for abundance, peace, love, prosperity, and wealth of every kind to come into your life. Things have been stormy, but the fire in you stood strong even through the storm, and that is being recognized. You may also have piercing eyes. Her eyes are very beautiful indeed. It's almost like singing a song, serenading a song. Some of you could have life path number 9 also, that I felt called to say. Bridget represents the essence of an inner dawn and the healing that comes from knowing that the best is yet to come. So interesting. Bridget is associated with poetry and with all things elevated, states of being, high rising flames, lofty dimensions, elevated wisdom. She is said to have created the whistle for calling out from one person to another while walking through the night, which lifts the wanderer with its levity and reminds her she's not alone. This also says you're making your way through the dark, and suddenly there comes a moment after what feels like days or months or even years, a ray of light comes through to you. A lightning happens. Each step isn't quite as hard to make as the one before, and you will feel a great shift as if you're now headed towards something new, something even brighter. She's here to remind us that darkness never lasts. She reminds us that every day is actually filled with light. There are many days and times in our lives when we endure thick cloud cover, when that flame that exists within us is blocked by pain or confusion. Bridget is the sweet sound that reaches. It's so interesting because I felt the serenity. I don't say these things, and I felt it, and this is actually there. And these cards come out like I use decks after a long time, and there's so many cards, and of all, this one came in. Not possible to remember everything, right? Which is why I take the liberty of reading from the deck itself, like oracle cards. When there's a chance of gaining knowledge, then why not, kind of a thing. And like when it's already there, then why do you have to retain so many things, like, that kind of a thing. It always keeps me fresh that way. But irrespective, just giving a little bit of background or justification, as I always do, because I like to over explain myself. I felt it, and it's actually being said so many times. I didn't know that. I genuinely didn't know that. um where was I? I'm going to read it again, that last paragraph. Bridget is the sweet sound that reaches us in the dark and reminds us that we have never been on this journey alone. Bridget is our sign that the dawn is here because we have made it through the dark winter. We can lift our head. The healing has happened, and now each next day is bound to be brighter. You can even think about what allows you to feel light more often every day. By choosing even like healthier coping mechanisms, sprucing things up, taking a different route, that also ignites a little bit of transformation because we're choosing to do something different from our routine. And the intention is, yeah, this one too, I've said only. But anyways, again, I am an eternal flame, and each day my light grows brighter, and that is what is coming through. You are resilient, coming out stronger. Take it one step at a time. You have the outline of things, and you know which direction you're going. Take it one day at a time. Enjoy the process of it, and enjoy your life force getting enhanced, replenished once again. And with the flames and everything coming in, could be also for some people, fire could speak to you, not like like if you light a candle, the flame of it may speak to you in a different way now. Also, go and bask in the sun. the biggest the biggest fireball there in our solar system, of course. One thing which is coming in very significantly is that, like, you need to recognize that the power of your soul is greater than you think. And you have come a long way since you began this journey. There is a powerful force within you, and you have the ability to create wonderful changes in your own life and inspire those around you to do the same. The Queen of Wands, which comes up again. My God, it seems like I was doing this reading yesterday. I don't know how long has this been. Um, there aren't going to be new opportunities coming your way, which is why we have these cards coming in. It's going to be a very thriving time. And this is a time where you recuperate, rest and rejuvenate, collect yourself, get clear about things. and become aware of fertile ideas that can grow into something larger than you may imagine, because this is a time to aim higher, dare to dream bigger, and go about it. Uh, It's like light the way ahead. Channel your energy onto something productive and let go of things which are no longer serving you. It's time to move back to wholeness with the spiritual fire growing in you. That is all that's coming through. Thank you so much for your precious time and for being part of the Moonian family. um, God bless you. God bless your soul and the path ahead, because it's gonna get very exciting for you. So, love, light, beautiful blessings, and golden opportunities to you and yours. Until next time, Om Namah Shivay. Keep that vibe. Hi, my lovely Moonians. Hello, number 3. And for those who chose the pyrite, welcome to your reading. Alright, so let's see. Today is a marathon. After such a long time, I've been able to do a reading, sit for the third pile group in the same day. So, yay! Okay, so with the pyrite coming in, it's also known as the fool's gold, and maybe you or someone is, I feel someone may be realizing, whoever this is, that not all that glitters is gold, and perhaps running back to you. And this is a time of glow up. This is a time of leveling up. You are taking progressive steps in life, and life is meeting you there where you want to reach. It is meeting you there. That is the energy which is coming through. I love this one. These cubes are natural, and also if you want more abundance to flow into your life, work-wise, prosperity and all of that, too, a cube of pyrite in your workspace or work table uh, is beneficial. That way it brings in stability also. So may opulence come your way, more of it abundantly come your way. So in today's reading we will be seeing what is the truth in different aspects. The first one is an overview, where it could be a personal message coming in for you in terms of the truth being revealed by spirit for you, and it will give me a baseline of sorts to connect with the collective we are present with. And then we'll go into love, relationship, what's the truth there. Try and make an assessment and what's the best path ahead, or something like that. Then we'll go into the subconscious, dream wise. There are dream decoder cards which I have. So we'll go through that and also see what soul message guidance is coming through for you. And then we'll get into the last bit of divine feminine message guidance coming in for you. All right. So let's begin with tarot. Spirit for number 3. They are ready. Why am I singing? Oh. You deserve the beautiful memories coming your way and good times coming your way. The memories you will create. It's nice. Spirit is asking, why so serious? Why so serious? Like someone trying to cheer you up, kind of a thing. It's coming in. For me personally, group 2, one aspect of group 1, and one card of group 2, both were a little knocked me off the edge, kind of a thing. So, anyways, We have the Nine of Pentacles coming in reverse, and this is talking about it is now time to practice some independence, self-reliance, and to create more opportunities for yourself. Don't be your biggest opponent. That is also coming through. And this is where we are going. Abundance will be flowing into your life. Keep up with the work is coming in. And also, it's just not like, just because the plan is running, that we don't take the time to follow up and be adaptive as we go along. So keep checking with the objectives is also at the end of it coming in. Is it still in alignment with why the reason why you started it or began something? Is something coming through being asked, or some from time to time just ask yourself, touch base with yourself? That kind of energy is coming through. What else? We have the Knight of Pentacles coming in reverse. Be careful of what you're promising, because you don't want to overpromise and then under deliver. Be choosy, be picky in terms of who you are entertaining in your life. You don't have to be the yes person, is also somewhere down the line coming through. Speaking very lovingly, but I'm just feeling very empowered right now while in this vibration, like just when I'm channeling. So I sound at times sound a particular way to certain people. Something's been taking a lot of time, hasn't it? And there's a little bit of frustration which is coming through. But you're headstrong about it. Keep at it. Simplify or modify life a little. It's too complicated is also something which is coming through. Trying to manifest everything at the same time also has the same kind of responsibility. So taking on too much on your platter, and it's decreasing, it's a disservice to you, and it's decreasing your own efficiency also, if you see it career wise. That kind of a thing is coming in. Maybe you are waiting for a promotion is also coming through. We have the Five of Cups coming in. So interesting, because with the Five of Cups coming through, this is like there are spilled cups, but this person is too focused on these ones which are fallen down, that he is not seeing that there are two cups still up, and these are the two ones which are being offered by the universe. New opportunities coming your way, or even that, like, even if you've hit a snag, there are other things which are still progressing. So let's be grateful for that and work around it is also something which is coming through. Just because a rock is in front of you doesn't mean that you have to stop the path. You can maneuver around it also. We have strength coming in, Leo Major Arcana coming through. You have the fortitude to accomplish all that you have set yourself onto achieving, and anything that is in front of you, you will be victorious. Believe in yourself, ground yourself. Root chakra energy is also coming through. And with maturity, there's this thing of you know how to curtail your anger, or there is a need of keeping a check on anger. Even I feel like life is also taking you on a newer journey. There may be a few apprehensions. We may still be healing from certain losses. But if you're going for a new endeavor, don't carry your past pains. Carry your experiences, your lessons. That is also something which is coming through, because you'll have to look at it from a fresh perspective. You'll still have to have, again, that excitement, and to see it as a complete new blank slate for you to build on is coming through. And it's now time. Life is turning around for you, and it's a very nice time which is opening up for you. It's time to embrace the unfamiliar, have no fear and no regrets. Can we get some clarifications, please? Let go of possessiveness or jealousy is also somewhere down the line coming through. Your ships will be coming in soon. Instead of handling 5 things, focus more strongly on 2 things is also something which may make sense. We have the Page of Cups coming in reverse. This is a little bit of disheartenment energy which is coming through because something went away, an offer that wasn't made, an opportunity which may have been lost. But there's this dwelling energy which is coming through. And we have the World coming in reverse, which is talking about closing your options, staying hidden. Something that needs to come to an end, a certain kind of ending is inevitable, but someone's having a tough time letting it go. So in a way, feeling unfulfilled, but still staying because of the potentials. All right. We have the Page of Pentacles coming in, the student who is awakening certain kind of masteries, certain kind of lessons which have been learned, and now we have the opportunity to learn something new, something different, newer experiences, better experiences which are awaiting you. We have the High Priestess coming in reverse, which is truth. Let the truth out. Follow your intuition because you have been subduing it, perhaps even ignoring it, resisting your own soul's calling. And perhaps you are a psychic and this is coming in and telling you, yes, this is your higher self talking to you. Yes, this is your intuition. And yes, this voice is coming from the ego self. And yes, this voice is coming from the source. And yes, this is coming from the future and all of that. Mhm. The multiverses, the psychics tap into. Pisces coming in. This gives me the energy of Libra also, honestly speaking. But it's time to follow your intuition. Stop taming it. Unveil it. Unleash it. We have the King of Pentacles coming through. I'm gonna keep it this way because right now I don't remember how it came in because I floated a little. The King of Pentacles coming in is be adamant about the right things. Find your own reasonings. It's time to find your own meaning, your own truth. Stand by it. Start thinking more long term. Stop stalling, taking a decision. This life is of your choosing, so start living it fully. Not sheepish. Sheepish. Oh, sheep, huh? ठीक है. Sheepishly. It's time to become bold. A father figure, a mentor could be of significance. There could be some really nice advice coming in, but see, like, just because it's coming out here doesn't mean that you jump onto whatever they say next or just see like golden words, perceive them as golden words. Use your own discernment. That way is coming in because this, I don't remember how it was, and it's supposed to be this way, kept this way. So I slid a few cards, and this is the one which flipped out, like in the between. So interesting. We have Nine of Pentacles. Nine, Nine of Pentacles is here. Nine of Swords coming in reverse. The anxiety is coming to an end. And this is really, really nice. You're overcoming this. Once it was like an analysis paralysis that just grasped. This word is beyond my grasped. Grasp. Once when you felt engulfed in it, overwhelmed by it, you're overcoming all of this. You're so strong. You're choosing different things. You're also choosing to face the reality. And you're taking really good decisions, or you're about to take really good decisions for yourself, and they're going to benefit you long term. So start thinking of things that will not get intimidated, or like the fact that, oh my god, it's going to affect my life for such a long time, so I better be very sure, and then better by being better by pursuing that aspect, we lose out like 2-3 years of ours because we are trying to be sure. Let's not do that. But a promotion, see, you are going to be a leader, and this may be a teething time of sorts where the leader had to meet his, her, or their selves first before roaring all across the world, is what I felt. You are not alone. Also, you'll meet your people and you'll have a very fulfilling life. With the Tower coming in, let this be the time where all that was made on shaky grounds be nullified. For now, it's the time for you to build a new castle in place of what was once a tower. This is going to be your establishment, and this is a period of awakening, whether spiritually or internally, soulfully, and fully, truly commit. Because this is not the time to do things half-heartedly. Because if you do so, you will reap equivalently. So let's step it up. That's what's coming through. And all the doubts and everything is all going away because you are emerging. You are sovereign. There's so much success. The level of success, the scope of it is absolutely limitless. You need to believe in yourself also. You're very business savvy, so utilize it. Even if it is a means of creativity, you can always utilize your own capabilities according to your own scenarios. You have a brilliant idea, you're gonna have, like, career-wise, really good. You're going to be a boss. And you're going to be a very significant, loving, very strong, protective parent. If you are already, you're doing a brilliant job. All right. Now let's look into what's the truth in love and relationships. So these are romance angel cards. I will be looking at it through the lens of romance, but it needn't be romantic situation. It could be a friendship or a particular relationship which is coming forth. All right. So keep that in mind too. Okay, we have engagement. Let's just make it very clear. Spirit. Engagement, your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. The bond is deepening. There's more trust between the two of you. You can rely on each other, and this man doesn't have the, with the body language there is, so doting firstly, and so proud to be by her side, gender fluid but just for convenience, and very comfortable, so much so that he can share anything with her. He knows he won't be judged. He can be vulnerable, and he is ultra soft with her. Just talks about the kind of romance and love that they share. You do deserve pure love and joy. Not kidding. You deserve love. You are lovable. See, if you're confused between two people, maybe a person in the past and a current partner, it doesn't have to be necessary, but it's going to become very clear to you, very apparent to you with this thing coming in. Sagittarius energy is also coming through. Someone may be acting a little nonchalant when in reality their feelings are very, very deep, but so are their wounds. There's also another person, someone from your past, who is wishing good for you. So that's nice. We have worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Yay. One last one, which is over here. You have stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. And that's what's happening. Like, I feel whether it was a fiscal goal of yours that you wanted to achieve, you have achieved it perhaps, and this is the endeavor which is opening up and also coming in as a reminder that you can multitask. It's just that you may be focusing on entertaining or catering to too many people, or someone may be doing that, and at the end of it, something is progressing very, very slowly. And I'm just hearing the delay is necessary. And you do, if in case it's involving waiting for you, and if you feel that it's a hopeless case, or that I don't want to wait, I don't know what is going on, I don't want to wait, then that's your call. Make a new way for yourself. You know what I heard? I kill you, peace offering. Like, not that way, like aggressively, like there's like stay away, I don't like you, and the other person saying peace offering. A little cute. I don't mind that energy, but we need to start taking mature steps now and stop wasting our own time or anyone else's time. Let me get another deck because these cards. Let's see what major arcana is coming through for number 3. What's the truth in terms of love and relationships? This one that we are talking about, what is the truth? That's like 1/4 of the deck. Can we get specific cards, please? Thank you. Gotta take them because the way they just placed themselves. We have Chariot coming in, someone rushing in, progress which will be made after so much stalling that has occurred. But the progress is slower, and at times at the speed of molasses molasses. But overall, right now, in the now, you have to take a collective view, cumulative view of all that has occurred. In the meantime, see, weigh the pros and cons and take a decision. It's time to be bolder. I feel also that remaining hesitant to share how you truly feel is not going to help the situation. At least you'll get clarity. Like if this is an ongoing connection, most likely is, but there are certain no contact separation, a little bit of distance kind of a energy which is also coming through. This is Cancerian Major Arcana. The Sun has come through. Leo Major Arcana coming in again, and this is the extended cards which are there, like 3, 4 of them, which are extra, which is hope. It's so interesting because with the 5 of Cups, which came in this one, wait, all of this, 5 of Cups. This one, when it comes in reverse, talks about ships coming in, and look at this one. The crown is being revealed, and there's a ship coming in. She's wearing a ship. And there's an anchor also over here. Yeah, long-term decisions at play. Engagement also coming in. I feel on a general level, things have evolved between the two of you. May have been slow, but they have genuinely evolved. No one has spoken about it perhaps, but it's very strong, and it's too obvious this person is going to come back is also something which is coming through, or they clearly want to make things work with you. They see a lot of potential, and what they see they like, literally also, and future wise too. Certain kind of clarity hit them. Cupid hit them. The ego which is going away. I can't stay away is coming in. I don't know what is that supposed to be. Number 7, number 19, which is a 10 or a 1, and 23 could be of relevance. This one over here, I don't know, with the expression and everything, with the armor which is radiating, and the expression that is there. What is happening? And the expression which is there, it's like, I am coming towards you, but I have my guards. So if this is a person coming back into your life, whenever they do, it will be good to keep your guard and make them earn your trust and all of that jazz. You don't have to jump in. Take your time, especially if you took space. This person is coming back, but you need to take your time. I heard like this time it's your turn to make the terms and conditions. Okay. But it's not coming from a place of like ego and pride. Oh, you did me wrong. Now I'll take revenge and all of that. It's not that energy coming through. So that's why I felt the liberty of doing so. This connection, the relationship in particular that you have, romantic one especially, mm, it's getting a jump start. Hope is actually the return of love. Hope heralds a time of potential and renewal, but whatever trials you have endured or how close your relationship may have come to breaking point, do not lose faith. This card shows you both have a second chance at love, regardless of the pattern of old failed relationships coming in. All right? So, space was required or is required for this person to understand and also overcome their own fears that they may have, which made them hesitant to be vocal about how they felt, or like you really mean a lot to this person clearly, because this may be a very may come off as an arrogant person and all, and with you they're like a koala bear or panda. They're very soft and gentle with you in a certain ways coming in, or childlike with you, or very loving with you more than they are with their friends. That is the energy also coming in. Special cases, of course. A new phase could be beginning with this person, completely your choice. So if this is a it could also be like new love is entering your life, wherever you are at your point, right? At in love, wherever you are right now, if you're completely single, then there's new love which will be coming in, and a new person will be stirring your romantic feelings, and it will gone quite smoothly, smoother than it has before, and you'll just know instinctively it's coming in. It may take some time during knowing each other, but it will be very solid, not half-hearted, in and out, ghosting and all of that. Very prominently ready to give in as much as you want to give into the relationship and create something long term with you clearly, because you are someone's sunshine and they can't have enough of you coming in. All right, let's move forward now. All right, now let's see what's your subconscious truth. What is your subconscious trying to say to you? And we look into the soul guidance also coming in for you. I had to go and close the door because the construction voices were getting, noises were getting very loud. Okay, subconsciously for number 3, travel. Just travel. Okay, we have fire coming in. It is a little related with pile number 2 also, in a way. We have fire or fire related images such as volcanoes, fireworks, burning, or smoking probably indicates that you're experiencing passionate emotions in your waking life. Fire is purifying, illuminating, and the source of life, so it could suggest personal transformation or enlightenment. However, if you feel threatened or are injured in your dream, perhaps you're getting perhaps you're putting yourself at risk playing with fire. Something urgently needs your attention before it gets out of control. It can't be it can't be ignored or avoided any longer, as it has the potential to be destructive. If you burn alive, God. Okay, if you burn alive in a dream, maybe you're being over ambitious or too driven or too eager to impress. The burnout panning out that way. Maybe you need to take some time out to avoid burnout. Okay, I didn't see. I go word to word. I didn't see this. Anyways, maybe you need to take some time out to avoid burnout, especially in a professional context. If a firefighter or fire extinguisher appears, perhaps you're learning to control your emotions, even if you aren't yet doing so. There's so there's reason to have good hope for personal progress. So that's really nice. One thing which came in right now in my mind was, even if you are thinking consciously in your when you are awake, waking world, waking reality, if you're reminded of something and it brings up anger, pain, hurt, go back to the situation, and then when it comes to a point where you felt like you had to say something, just say what all you wanted to say. Like, you don't have to say it out loud. You can just have that conversation, your piece. You can say your piece in your mind and then come back to your present, breathe in and breathe out, and release that energy as you pull back your energy from that. Because certain kind of closure is important within your own self, and also with the excess amount of ojas flowing in you, there's a need of not overly exerting yourself, that too much taking responsibility and all of that getting highlighted over here also. Even thinking wise, you have to consciously break out of the spiral. Anything else? Don't overstretch yourself. What is this? Go out with your friends. This one came in for number 2 also. And this is talking about take time. Know that you're not alone. Take some time in your solitude. Understand your own truth. You don't have to overly rely on other people's opinions, advice. Rely on your own intuitive voice, your own intelligence, books, writing words, and also this is also saying about. I just felt like your subconscious is saying there are particular words which you wake up with. Pay attention to those. Like, just don't look at it objectively, look at it subjectively, and you'll find the answer. There are certain kind of repeated words, music, something that, and also like pay attention to what you're listening, running across, seeing, because there are divine, like suddenly listening to lyrics which really resonate with you, and all of that kind of a synchronicity which is occurring, and that's also spirit talking to you, universe talking to you through your higher self, and also your higher self at the end of it. To simplify it, your higher self talking to you. So pay attention to those things. And we have food or drink. Food or drink tends to refer to emotional, spiritual, or intellectual nourishment. It represents qualities you're seeking or need to seek for your personal development. Hunger or thirst suggests that you're striving toward wholeness or contentment, or possibly neglecting basic needs. I feel like adding at the cost of it. More particularly, hunger may indicate you're in need of greater material security or emotional or sexual fulfillment. Thirst can suggest a longing for deeper meaning. And it's interesting that the oasis came in, felt like an oasis came through. The illusionary veil is the illusions. You're stepping away from illusions. That is also something which is coming through. So when I am sending you cues, pay attention to those. Okay. Mm, Occasionally, what you're consuming will be significant. Eggs might suggest a new start, milk a return of childlike dependency. Eating alone could also suggest independence or loneliness depending on your circumstances. Overeating suggests self-indulgence. Drinking alcohol may indicate you're trying to suppress difficult feelings, but it can also mean a desire for more stimulation. If you dream of eating glass or some other dangerous substance, you or someone in your life could be struggling to deal with, swallow a painful situation coming in. Okay. One thing which is also coming through, take only as much as you can fathom. Eat healthy is also coming in. It's time to find the answers is also somewhere down the line coming in. Personally, for your own closure also, there's certain kind of conversation that we need to have, reach out to someone, that kind of a thing. Even energetically, perhaps seek further guidance. I'm not gonna read it, but you can, if you are interested in reading this one also, you can pause it and I tried being steady, sorry, not stable. Okay, now let's see. Goodness. Now let's see what your subconscious is guiding you towards or wants you to pursue on your soul journey. First one, we have empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. It will give you a better understanding. Sometimes we go into this phase of just on survival mode for such a long time that all that comes in instinctively to us is to self preserve, to defend, get the guards up, evacuate, evacuate, run, forest, run. Mhm. But your life is changing in the way of that you don't feel that intimidated by these things anymore. And you realize in life that everyone has a part to play. You have many roles, different roles. You've played different roles in many people's lives too. That is also coming through. You need to look at it from their perspective. For someone who may be putting the blame totally on another person, in a way is coming through. There are situations where it is not at all your fault and it was totally uncalled for. But the time has come to let go of that anger, the resentment, or even the guilt of it. I want to read what this says because it's just called to me to do so. One paragraph I think I want to read. You don't truly understand others' motivations if you haven't lived their lives and seen the world through their eyes. It's so easy to judge another's behavior matched up against your own and label it as right or wrong. But you're missing an important part of the equation, other person's history and personal path. And it's really interesting because before I was going to sit for this reading, I was having water, drinking water, and in that very moment, I just heard myself repeating that according to me, there's nothing wrong or right. Like, yes, I have my ethics, but at the end of it, it's not subjected to another person, like as a prejudice kind of a thing. And a conversation, I was just reminded of a conversation that I had with a very dear friend. So that came into my mind. So it's interesting, it's over here. And one more line that I want to say is your job is not to judge, your job is to love and understand. And one more thing, you can't please everyone. So validate your own self. We have success. I know that there is no greater goal than to love coming in, but success is anyways coming through love, compassion, essential parts of our lives because love has many forms. And we have change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. So we can keep things stagnant for however long that we want, but the change is inevitable. So stop resisting the change and embrace the rewards of it instead. And we have love coming in. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. See, love, success, good times are coming in. The transitions are important, internal, external. Forgive and move forward. And it is time to open up your heart and believe in love once again. And listen to your inner voice. Express yourself, even your romantic feelings. If they're there, express them. For some people who need that push. Why that came in, but let's go. Let's take a dip. That kind of energy also came through. Mhm. Soft nudge. One thing that I just wanted to read because it's like it's very divinely the energies over here. It's little love also, but very, very divinely. But one thing which is very sweet is which encompasses this one also is this card simply reminds you that your soul is made of God's pure divine vibrational force of love, and that you need to bring this awareness to bear on every aspect of your life and being. Love is a healing energy. You are love. It's your inherent vibration. And for some, because the psychics were there, as you emit the aura of love, you will be reminding others of the strength of their own power of God. And love is the highest frequency of all. It builds, fortifies, and strengthens even the most lost person coming through. Be led by love. It's a very humbling experience. Have you actually practiced unconditional love? It's very nerve-wracking. Mhm. At times, very beautiful experience, but can be nerve-wracking also. And with unconditional love, there's also this thing, very nice balance of knowing your boundaries. If someone's overstepping, you know how to say no. Mhm. Or stop there, mister. All right. Now, lastly, let's look into the divine feminine energy which is coming through. Big happy changes are ahead of you. Believe in yourself, believe in your worth. You love, you are loved, you are love. So we have the Shekinah coming in. Wow, the presence of the divine feminine. At the center of everything there is light, and I am that light. Wow. If some of you are light workers, hmm, time to shine your essence. Mhm. Let's see what's written for this one. Believe in yourself. A part of your life purpose is also unveiling, if not metaphysically or spiritually, but a part of your life purpose is opening because we had so many new different things, moments of adulting which is occurring in tarot and all of that. So you're stepping up, and the universe, the energies, spirit, whoever you believe in, they are rejoicing because you are rising. It's time for you to help the universe help you. Listen to the universal song and dance along. I think I'm seeing that after a long time. I'm gonna read the last two paragraphs, which says, the Shekinah is that. Yeah. I'm so tired. I'm not being able to read only now. Okay. The Shekinah is light that inhabits your body, your cells, and is in the cells of all the people and objects you see around you. She is also about pure experience. She is the message, the truth that there is a light at the center of everything that happens to us, both the good and the bad. The Shekinah is a reminder that we are not just this body or this pain we might be going through or this confusing moment. In our brief life, we are light. We are molecules of heaven in human form. And right now, we can just know this. We can experience the light we are, and that we can be enough. That can be the miracle and the answer we actually need. Not words or meaning, but simply and more profoundly, pure, radiant beings. When you say, I am light, what images or words arise that can be a practice for you? It was a suggestion there, so just sharing it with you. It's clearly time to welcome the new. Look at the adjacent possibilities. Find your inner balance and create more harmony in your environment. And it's time to choose happier things, healthier things, more positive things, and embrace. Just a second, I forgot. And embrace love and embrace changes, transformations, initiatives that need to be taken for new cycles to enter your life. I was about to say something else, but and one more thing which came through was daily routine makes us who we are. We live our lives on a daily routine, like, right? Yeah. Okay, wait. Because I just started like, okay, I'm going to say it. So I'm coming from that muffled or whatever space. But this is saying, like, if you have a goal to reach, if there is this lifestyle that you want to achieve, or like, it's time now to start embracing those. If you were a millionaire, a multimillionaire, billionaire, what would be your lifestyle choices? How will you be looking at life? So this is not like fakeness, but let's start inculcating those things in our life, right? Seeding small things, that way is coming in. In very rare cases, do they shoot up in one go. Many people who are today successful had this set of failures. The only difference was they did not give up. They did not give up. And they were always finding ways, like if you see commercial success, always finding ways of remaining relevant in accordance to changing times. So as a new phase is entering your life, there's this change in the attitude is also something which is coming through. You're feeling more empowered, unafraid, with no regrets and no time to waste. That is what is coming in. This girl is on fire. I can also hear Adele now singing. Also, a gentle reminder to choose to look at the lighter side of life. Do the whatever needs processing, do that. But yeah, choosing to be happy, because happiness has its own high, and happiness is a choice also. Because the same situation, same one thing can give you grief, and also in another way you can see what you can benefit from it, take from it, or even as a gentle reminder of not putting yourself in that situation, for not entertaining it again, that kind of a thing which is coming through. Always scope to learn, be open. That's what is coming through. With pyrite, I just felt like saying, you're going to find your golden goose, the goose which lays golden eggs. But we're not talking about gold diggers. We are talking about gold diggers who strive towards their goals. because they're daring enough to dream, live their dream, pursue their dreams. And that's the kind of boost which is coming through. So utilize this boost of enthusiasm, inspiration, clarity, success, which is coming your way. And however you would like to utilize it, that is what is coming in. Believe in yourself, you will be victorious. All right? So that's what's coming through. Do let me know your thoughts, or if you have any kind of suggestion or a question which arose during this reading, then do let me know in terms of a pick a card suggestion. I would love that. Love to hear from you in regards of that. And God bless you. And may beautiful blessings keep coming your way as you keep enjoying even the smallest of joys every day. So, love, light, beautiful blessings, abundance, success, growth, fulfillment, happiness, and harmony to you and yours. Until next time, Om Namah Shivay. Keep that vibe. Hi, my lovely moon.